Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason X.
And I'm Kevin Graham.
And this is the best show on the internet.
Boom, back again for another week. Can't believe it's already been a week because it's already June and I don't know what's happening. Send help.
I mean, it's weird, right? Time is a construct. It's a weird thing. I feel like a vault dweller who has just woken up after 200 years.
Isn't that topical, my friend? I wonder what we're going to talk about tonight.
Wrestling. Actually, folks, we're going to take a little break from the wrestling. Not to say we're not going to talk about any wrestling, but
real quick, at this point, we're pretty much contractually obligated to talk about wrestling at some point.
At some point during the evening. So
it does great numbers for us. So we have
the ratings are in, folks.
Yeah. Wrestling on the 10s. Every 10 minutes, we're going to do a little quick wrestling.
That's
segment.
Right. Fuck Mondays and Fridays, like Wednesdays ratings.
Yeah. Who even runs shows on Wednesdays? Was it Dynamite?
I think so.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's the AEW folks.
Yeah, that shit
over there.
Sucks.
It's got an opinion, folks. But yeah,
they got Tony Khan taking bumps now. What the fuck?
I don't follow the product.
I'm just looking at Twitter and I'm just like, all this looks awful. Like this just all looks bad. It's like that fucking schmaz they tried promoting with the backstage segment. I was like, really?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't follow
the product.
We're starting off with the pro wrestling talk, and then we're getting right into Fallout.
That's right.
So, okay, wait. Have you followed anything with AEW at least over the past month and a half?
I know about like the Jack Perry stuff because like you can't get away from it. And I know about like them taking shots, like looking super amateur hour, taking shots at WWE.
Bro.
Like it's not a good look. It just really isn't.
Like I wish in general people would stop mentioning the other brand in the context of, oh, we're going to get those guys. Like I've got no issue with like, somebody on the mic referencing another company or somebody who's not with the company, their company anymore.
Right.
Like, oh, when you were in such and such, or like, Michael Cole being like, former TNA champion here, like that, like that's fine. Like do more of that.
Right.
Because listen, people aren't stupid. I mean, they are stupid, but they're not that stupid. Okay. If they're watching the product, chances are they know about the other products out there. Okay.
Usually. Yeah. I wear New Balance, but I know what Nikes are.
Exactly. Those who drink Coke know about Pepsi.
That's right.
Yeah. So like, that's fine. But when you're trying to like basically do this internet troll BS, it just makes you look so stupid. And like this is for everybody. This is not just for one organization, one wrestler. Like
both sides.
All sides.
Yeah.
All sides in this. It just makes you look so dumb. And like you're just grasping for straws and anything you can do just to get a little bit of a reaction. Like if that's what you need, then you're not very good at your job. And the whole shit with like Punk and Jack Perry, and listen, I've been critical of Punk on this show many of times.
I mean, he's very easy to be critical of.
He's very easy to be critical of, and like
kind of an asshole.
That's kind of who he is, and that's what happens. And like when all the shit went down in London, however long ago, I was just like, and I think we talked about it in the show a little bit, like rolled my eyes, was like, this is dumb. Like everybody needs to move away from, Punk, yada, yada, yada. He goes into the WWE. Okay, whatever. And it kind of, and maybe this is just because like I haven't watched enough of like the sort of inner workings of that. Like to my knowledge, there really wasn't much to say by the WWE in regard to all of that. Like maybe a few little jabs were just like, okay, like you're doing it again.
Sure.
Some light references, maybe a couple jokes. Okay, whatever. And then like this whole thing where AEW comes out after Mania like, we're gonna show the footage. We're all that footage that we have
that whole thing
of CM Punk acting like a madman. We're gonna show it, and you know what? And we're gonna make sure that everybody knows what really went down. And holy fuck, you've been in a wrestling locker room.
Oh yeah,
I've been in a wrestling locker room. Been on a few car rides too. That was nothing.
That was literally nothing.
That was literally that was you, not you, but like AEW pretty much did everything they could do to make their guys look like the biggest bunch of pussies ever. Like everybody, top to bottom, the Bucks, Jack Perry, Tony Khan, they all look like fucking pussies.
Yep.
For showing and like it's not daring to show another dude grab a guy in a front face lock. Like that's not some scandalous thing. Like guess what? The amount of times I've been in car rides with guys, fucking RVD was just telling me, he was like, if a guy had a fucking problem with me, I would just walk up to him and say, pick a hand. And when he would say, what? I'd fucking smack him in the face. Like
for reference, there was more commotion backstage when we convinced Awesome Kong that there was a ghost in the building than what happened that night. Okay.
Oh my God. Like it was nothing. It was nothing. And like, okay, you popped a rating. Where do you go from there? Because guess what?
Nowhere.
Using that footage as an angle to be like, that's why we weren't on we weren't on point and, we weren't focused. Okay, so now you just admitted to sucking at your job 3 different ways. Like, none of this makes sense. Whoever came up with this idea and whoever approved this needs to be fired. Okay, and I get that it's probably like the Bucks and Tony Khan, so that's not going to happen.
You can't fire the boss, so
where was this? Was this at? Was this in Watertown?
No, this was in Rhode Island. So this was
I was not there then.
Yeah, no, this was for Top Rope. We were at a building that was featured on the Ghost Hunter show. And like one of the buildings that they were running was featured on the Ghost Hunter show.
That's cool.
And so that's all everybody was talking about was like, oh, this is the fucking place with the Ghost Hunters. So all of us, like, intermission or whatever the fuck, we're like, there's 30 people in the fucking crowd. Let's go wander the building and see if we can find some ghosts. And I can't remember who the fuck it was. I might have been Matt Taven.
Okay.
Who like was fucking with the light switch. and you would have thought that the building was on fire.
Sure.
Okay. It was. Oh, the weird thing was, though, we did find up in it was like probably a 3 or 4 story building, like that, whatever the highest story of the place was, there was just a single room with an electric chair, like an old school electric chair set up presumably for the show, like,
sure.
For the tourists, as it were. And that was kind of freaky. It's kind of like when you go to Binghamton and you go into the basement and there's a casket down there, and you're just like, this has no business being here.
But it makes sense.
But when you really think about it, like, it does make sense. They need that on call, depending on who's at the bar. So, but yeah, like it was a hell of a good time. Way better than the show was. So
why was that not included on the show? Like, why not have like do a fucking like Halloween Havoc?
Right. Well,
throw the chair in there. Get a fucking ghoulie.
Get Abby the Butcher out there.
Yeah, get a guy to play like a goddamn ghoulie gimmick.
Right.
Exactly. Do some spooky shit. Like that is taking money out of one pocket and just throwing it in the garbage can. Okay. Like that's
what memories are made of, Scooter. It did rule. It was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. So the shit with AEW, just like, come the fuck on. Like, you're getting destroyed right
Yeah,
now.
it's not good.
Like, they're getting it pushed in. And it
Mhm.
is just, and I get that they have an audience, and I think that's great. I am happy that there are people who get to watch a form of professional wrestling on a weekly basis on television that they really enjoy. That is great. But
I'm happy that more of the boys and ladies are getting paid.
happy that people are getting paid, happy that people
Mhm.
got a job, happy that people got the exposure. But like, think of them, you know, think of them next time you want to
Right.
do some shit like this. Like,
Mhm.
help them out.
Right.
Stop putting yourself over. Stop with the hootenanny and the damn shenanigans, and just like put on a good fucking wrestling show.
Tell a story for
Tell a
fuck's sake.
story.
So there you go, folks.
That's my rant. Oh, well, okay. We're on the topic of wrestling. Okay,
Mm.
and I promise we're gonna get the fallout later. I tweeted about this last
Mm.
week, last Friday, and I texted you
Mhm.
because they debuted a new set of tag team titles on SmackDown.
Oh, on Smack, I saw the Raw ones. I have not seen the SmackDown ones.
Oh, you have what? Wait. When you and I were talking on text,
We were talking about the Raw ones, weren't we?
no, how dare you? I talked to you. You're fucking with me. I don't appreciate that.
I mean, it's been a week. I might have seen them and not known.
You responded. You were like, "Those are beautiful," because I fucking ranted on this show last week.
Oh, did you send me a picture?
I think so.
Let me hold on, folks. So let me.
I mean, look at. I'm looking for my receipts here.
Yeah, you look for your.
Um.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where'd it go?
Oh wait, no. You sent me the Raw ones and wrote barf.
Barf. Yeah, I sent you the Raw ones, which I talked about last week about how freaking ugly those are. Okay. They're ugly. They remind me of the big gold, and I hate that belt. It's overrated. It's an overrated title design. Get it off television. Put that.
Oh yes. Okay. I'm looking at them now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
We
did talk about this.
Yes. The new SmackDown tag team titles are tremendous.
They are something to behold.
They are possibly my current favorite title belt in the WWE.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. I appreciate that it is an 80s and 90s inspired tag title. There you go. Look at that
screen there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got that old school tag title design. Not a fan of the all black and gold.
Right.
Because for me, like, that's very reminiscent of like early 2000s, early Ruthless Aggression. But like, I get it. They're trying to keep it simple. Like, I would have liked to pop a color, you know? Maybe
I like what they were doing with Cody's new belt, where they did the two-tone.
The two-tone?
Yeah, isn't it like silver and gold together? Maybe not, but
I don't think so. I mean,
I do like the two-tone belts, like when you get like the silver backing with the gold pop, something like this belt could use that.
Yeah, it could use a little bit more, but like, I'll say this, like, the design is tremendous. I like the look of it. It's not symmetrical. Well, I guess it is kind of symmetrical, but it's not like a perfect circle or a perfect square.
Right.
You know, it doesn't look too gaudy, you know? So,
well, and the thing is, like, I do remember I texted you this, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
The old school tag belts
were great.
Were perfect.
Were great.
They were wonderful. Like Owen Hart, British Bulldog.
Tremendous. Like, you know,
you don't need anything.
Foundation.
Like, bring back the old Intercontinental belt. Bring back the Winged Eagle.
Oh my god, dude, the fucking Winged Eagle. Because I feel like what they're going to try to do is like have Raw be very WCW NWA inspired. SmackDown is going to be more of like your new, kind of like your new generation Attitude Era WWE inspired.
Right.
So, which I'm fine with. Granted, the stuff on Raw, those belts can be burned and thrown in the trash. But you know, I appreciate that they're keeping things consistent. Okay. And I'm glad that they've done away with the stupid Spartan helmet tag titles.
Oh, those were awful.
Those things were they looked like a dinner plate. The same thing with the 24/7 title. I'm glad that's gone.
Yep.
You know, I do like the sort of unified look of everything now. It's great. But yeah, these tag titles, man, I applaud them. Listen, I was like, this is just like the footage AEW showed. You know, you're making bad decisions, and then WWE revealed these new titles. I was like, okay, you got me back.
Yep.
I'm back into it now. I'm back into it.
So what you're saying is everyone can turn it around. Like it ain't late.
Everybody can turn it around. Yeah, listen. There's always an opportunity to get back into things.
That's right.
Get back on your game. So
as long as you're above ground, there's still time.
Above ground, yeah, man. Like we ain't dead. At least on the outside.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm anticipating more changes after the draft. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I think it's a good time. You get a new US title, you get a new IC title.
Right.
Maybe you get a new Universal World Heavyweight WWE champion, whatever the one Cody Rhodes has now, whatever title that is. Maybe you get a new one for that too.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think AEW could turn it around with a new belt design?
No. I mean, okay, you want to talk about ugly ass belts.
Oh, that's an ugly ass belt.
That is an ugly that looks like a watch you would get out of a Crane game at some dirt mall. Like,
and the crazy thing is, like, somebody stole that thing from Jericho.
They did. Was it just like left on the side of the road or something?
It was like in his car. Like he just left it in his
somebody
car,
snagged it,
and then somebody jacked it from the car. Yeah. No, the AEW title is not good looking at all. It is, you know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
I mean, the tag titles are nice. Those look good. What the hell else they got? The TNT Championship looks like something you would get for turning in your Marlboro points. Same thing with like the TBS belt. The TBS belt just looks like something you get out of a box of cereal. What is this? The women's belts look okay.
Yeah.
I think they got like a trios belt, which looks very WCW inspired, which those are kind of nice.
Well, they have like 37 titles. Like that's the other problem.
And then there's like Ring of Honor and fucking, I don't know, man. Just stop. Just they need to take a step back and just take a good, long, hard look in the mirror.
See, if they had the world title, essentially their television titles, right? Tag belts, trios belts, and the women's 2 belts. That's plenty.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
Yeah.
And that's all they need. If they keep it simple, folks. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Like, we just want a good story.
Yeah.
We want good action in the ring.
Yeah.
And we want titles that actually fucking mean something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just simple. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Just, have fun. Don't make dumb decisions and show footage that just makes you look awful.
Makes you look petty and stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it. That's all I got for
That's it. So, moving on to something that's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this new Amazon Prime series that is near and dear to your heart, sir. I know.
Yes. Very near and dear to my heart.
You're a huge fan of The Wasteland, as it were.
I would consider myself to be one. Yes. I mean, other people might say like, "Nah, you ain't no nerd." And I'm like, all right, whatever. I still enjoy what I enjoy.
Right.
Fuck you ever beat.
I don't know anybody else personally that has a Nuka-Cola fridge. Just saying.
Bro, we have a Nuka-Cola. We have a Nuka-Cola like area in our house.
Okay.
It's got the fridge. It's got some signage. I even got like a little thing, which I think Blakely helped Christy make. It's a little like Nuka-Cola bottle cap thing. So every time I pop a cap, put it in there. So I got a whole bunch of bottle caps in there.
There you go.
Yeah, there's like a whole little Fallout section.
So before we get into the show, let's talk a little bit about the game. Okay. So when did you jump on to the Fallout scene?
It was like, gosh, sophomore year of college. I was kind of late to the Fallout scene. I when it came to video games, okay, I played Doom, I played Mario, I played wrestling games,
Mhm.
and Tony Hawk.
Mm.
Like, those were kind of it. Like, there were some other games here and there, but, like, when I think about, like, my gaming history, like, those were sort of, like, the games that or the game franchises that I played a lot of.
Right.
I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we're, like, I was talking oh my god, I'm about to date myself and us. I was talking to a buddy of mine on AOL Instant Messenger in my sophomore year of college.
Dun.
And, like, we were just shooting the shit, and, I was like, "Oh, what are you playing right now?" He's like, "Oh, I'm playing Fallout." I'm like, "What's Fallout?" He's like,
Mhm.
"Fallout 3." He's like, "It's a
Mm.
game he's like, "I'm playing it on Xbox, and it's like a post-apocalyptic story, and you basically have to, like, scrounge for ammo, and bottle caps are, like, the money, and you get, like, a dog, and then you do, like, all these crazy adventure stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, that sounds pretty cool." And, like, we had bonded over, like, movies that were kinda, like, post-apocalyptic and
Sure.
sort of, like, in that theme. So I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll check it out." Rented it from Blockbuster. This is
Now you're dating yourself,
yeah,
fella.
now I'm dating. I
Yeah.
rented it from Blockbuster on, over on Route 57 in Liverpool, okay?
Mm.
And I had a 360 at the time, and basically that entire weekend just barreled through as much as I could,
Right.
returned it, went out and bought it,
Mhm.
beat it,
Mhm.
and then, like, immediately fell in love with it, if that wasn't clear enough. So, played that a bunch, got into New Vegas when that launched
Mhm.
for the PS3. That I struggled with, because
New Vegas was very buggy. Was
yes,
extremely buggy.
yes, everybody says that is, like, the best Fallout game, which I won't argue because I know that everybody has their preferences in terms of Fallout. Some people are even like the early ones are the
Right.
best.
Right.
And actually, my understanding is like a lot of fans from the early days of Fallout aren't really fans of like the newer stuff because it's a little bit more action, a little less RPG, perhaps.
Okay. Right.
Um, for me, I was just like, it's all cool. I don't know.
Right.
I like it. Um, yeah, I struggled with New Vegas because it would constantly crash on me.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was a situation where, like, I would be, on break from class, I'm just cruising along, and then boom, game crash. I lose like an hour's worth of stuff.
That was the heartache
Yeah,
of New Vegas.
yeah.
The thing though, like, and I'm very similar. I watched a buddy play Fallout 3,
Mhm,
fell in love with it just by watching, had to run out and get
mhm.
it. Fell in love with the game,
Yeah.
was there at launch for New Vegas. The thing that stood out to me, the best part about New Vegas is the soundtrack.
Soundtrack's
Like,
great.
the soundtrack fucking kicks,
It
man.
rips.
It is
Yeah,
unparalleled.
yeah, yeah.
But I do think, like, the bugginess of New
Mhm.
Vegas ruins a lot of that game.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, I still think Fallout 3 is better.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of on that train as well. I do have it on my PC now, and I kind of with everything going on, which we'll get into in a moment, I am curious to go back and actually see how it plays.
Mhm.
And if there are like any key updates and upgrades, like maybe even try to get like a mod patch to like clean up, the graphics a little bit. Cause
Right.
boy, you go back and play some of those old Fallout games and I mean, for the PS3 era, the PS3,
Right.
Xbox 360 era,
Mhm.
you forget it was the best at its time,
Mhm.
but so was the 64 when that came out. You know what I mean? Like I go back and I look at Fallout 3 and I'm just like, these just look like just crummy action figures. Like everything is so
Right.
stiff,
Yeah.
everything is so janky. Um yeah, and then when the trailer dropped for Fallout 4,
Mhm.
um I was ecstatic.
Right.
I was like, this is going to be the fucking best game. And for me, it was like,
Well,
you go ahead. Go ahead.
okay. So I was also picked up Fallout 4 at launch.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited for it. At the time it was a little harder for me to play games. I just had the kids. Just
Mm-hmm.
my daughter was little still, so busy trying to find time to do stuff. Couldn't play it through like I used to, right?
Right.
And we got to a certain point in the game, with the story of the game, and I'm like, oh man, you guys lost me. You
Oh,
lost me with the story. Like,
I mean, it's been a while. What was the point in the story?
the point of the story was like when folks, spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil
For
some stuff here.
spoilers for what? 10-year-old game.
God, it's 10 years old.
It might be. I don't know when it.
Of course, I was just talking about going to fucking Blockbuster.
Right.
After talking to somebody on Instant Messenger.
When you find out that your son is the old man, right? And
you didn't like that?
fuck, it took a weird, like, I mean, it's depending on what you played as, like, it got close to rule number 1 a little bit, and like it was, I did not enjoy that part of the story. It was weird, and I didn't care for it, and so I kind of stopped a little bit.
Sure.
Now recently, because of this TV show, I decided, like, oh man, like my kids are a little bit older.
Yeah.
I've got a PS4 still.
Daddy's got some free time.
I got a little bit. I mean, little bit of free time. Let me load it up here. So the other night, I put it in, starting fresh.
Nice.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let me go. Let me be a little, as a younger man. And this goes for everybody in life. As a younger man, you're just trying to rush to the finish.
Yes.
Okay. You're just trying to rush. And I was like, I'm a more seasoned gentleman. Let me take my time. Let me explore.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I get in all the nooks and crannies.
Put a little work in.
Put some work in, and then you get more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
After, right?
And a little for you, a little for them.
Exactly. So I'm playing through the game, through the beginning, and wake up from the cryo chamber in the vault, and everyone's dead, and I'm going through every single room of the vault, making sure I can get every single item. And I get out of the vault, and I'm going through the town, and I get play for about an hour, and I'm like, oh man, like, hey, Christy, that's your interpretation as to what's happening here. I'm just talking about a man who's taking his time.
Yeah.
Who's making sure that everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, sometimes you just want a pleasing video game experience.
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to tilt the sticks a little bit.
Yeah. Get the rumble going.
There you go. So play for about an hour, and I'm like,
worst thing I've ever said.
Not on this show.
No, no, it's not. Yeah, it's true.
Play for about an hour, and I'm like, man, I'm not feeling good.
Oh no.
And it dawned on me that, like, I'm getting motion sick from this fucking game. Dude. And I'm like, what happened to me? I used to be somebody.
Listen, we all used to be somebody.
And the thing is, I think what happened, the first time I ever got motion sick from a game was Portal 2.
I can see that.
Because Portal 2,
there's a lot going on.
They not only is there a lot going on, but they fucking made the sensitivity on the camera movement so jerky, and like you tap it and it flies. Yeah. And I know you can go into the settings, and I shouldn't have to. I'm the consumer. It should be what I want. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
That, like, after playing, Portal for a couple hours, Christy, Portal 2, after playing for a couple hours, I'm like, I need to go lie down. I need some fresh air. I need to get some water, whatever. So the other night when I'm playing, I wasn't feeling good. I'm like, shit, I'm having flashbacks to Portal 2. So, like, I had to put it down. I just killed a death claw.
Nice.
So, I was like, this is a good place to pause for a minute. And then, like, I was fucked. Like, I was like, I need to go lay down. I had to go get the smelling salts, the little citrus oil.
Yeah.
To calm me down a little bit. And so I'm like, fuck, man. I am an old goddamn man now. I can't handle the games. And I can't handle VR. Like anytime I put on a fucking VR headset, I get motion sick.
Yeah.
I'm like, the future ain't for me, man. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna start streaming this soon because, man, I've been playing Helldivers 2 lately.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're gonna find out because
Mm.
it's whew, democracy and liberation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That we're gonna bring that to this channel. Okay, right there.
Oh, I mean, this is the freest channel on the internet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we're gonna be free. Okay. Goddamn right, we're gonna be free.
That's right. That's right.
Really? So but you're really not playing video games that often anymore, though, right?
No, I don't ever
like that
really
kind of
play.
makes sense. I mean, I can't say that I've ever really gotten motion sick from like playing a game like that.
I think it is like not doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And then trying to jump back into it. Like I can't even imagine trying to play one of these newfangled games nowadays. Like I would not
Your brain
do
would
well.
explode. See, you gotta do like what we're all doing right now. Like we're going back to Kirby. You know,
Right.
I got some fucking
Look at
Kirby.
you, got some
Right there.
Kirby ink. Look at that.
Fucking Chesto and all that. Dude, Kirby fucking slaps. Okay. Christy has been singing those praises for
She's
years,
always been a hardcore
and
Kirby fan.
I always had, Kirby was always a cool guy. I always dug it, but like I just never played it. Like a little bit here and there. What was it like?
He'll eat you.
Yeah. Well, we just played the fucking Superstars.
Oh yeah.
Christy will tell you I'm the best at Superstars. Scooter, Helldivers, and Kirby. Yo, the Brain Wreck Gaming. Okay, this is a channel that we have, which is a channel I'm gonna start working on.
Okay.
It's gonna be Helldivers, Fallout, and Kirby, like just all the time. That's what it's gonna be. I've completely abandoned Fortnite, just so everybody's aware.
Well, you didn't do anything.
No, I was doing stuff. Okay.
Well,
I was trying. I was trying to do something by not doing anything. That was kind of the gimmick. It wasn't working, and plus, the game just doesn't do it for me anymore. So, but Helldivers, we're gonna get into that. But yeah, no, Kirby fucking slaps. Like Kirby, like that franchise fucking rules. Okay?
So don't sleep on it, folks.
Don't sleep on it. Go back and play the NES one. It's hardcore.
Is that on the Switch?
Yeah, it's on the Switch Virtual Console. That's what we've been playing it on. Also, like Kirby, like probably one of the more violent video game characters out there when you really think about it.
I mean, he's just eating dudes.
Well, like he's on a revenge mission. Like Kirby is basically John Wick if you exchange the dog, like if you exchange the dog for snacks and nap time. Okay, that's basically
That's
Kirby.
what it is.
And he's just going out there eating people and snapping necks. Like that's
get the man some chips.
That's why I fucking got him right there, man. So Fallout, like. I love the games. I would put Fallout 4 up there as one of my favorite games. Maybe my favorite game.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely like top 5. Depending on how I'm feeling, it might float around a little bit. So when they announced that they were doing a TV show, I was very intrigued. And especially when it was like Amazon Prime is doing a TV show. And I was like,
Oh, Christy with some sound advice real quick.
Never interrupt a Kirby nap.
There you go.
You want to do that. I was intrigued because I'm like, this could either be really good or it could be really bad.
Right.
And I always get a little concerned whenever they announce like a video game, like a video game in particular is being adapted into some form of live action media.
So before we go further, what has been your favorite besides Fallout? We'll get into whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Before Fallout, what has been the best adaptation of a video game into a live action thing, you would say?
The Last of Us.
Okay.
The Last of Us.
Yep.
It is. And The Last of Us also one of my favorite games.
Oh, Last of Us.
All 4. Last of Us, top 5. Top 5 for me.
Yes.
They're in there. I also enjoy like I didn't think the Twisted Metal show is actually pretty cool.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
It's not, it's if you want something quick and something kind of mindless and silly,
Mhm.
like it's fun. Like it's actually like there are some parts in the show that like legitimately made me pop.
Okay.
And like I always enjoyed Twisted Metal as a kid. I don't know enough about the lore to be like, oh, they ruined it.
Mhm.
My childhood.
Right.
Um, I watched it. I was like, yeah, this is fun. Like I could watch more of this.
No,
Um,
you know what I thought was good that a lot of people shit on
hmm.
was the Prince of Persia movie.
Well, Jake Gyllenhaal doing brown face isn't really the best look.
Listen, that man, he can act his ass off.
Jake Gyllenhaal, I mean, he ain't bad on the eyes either.
Dreamboat, I
Dreamboat.
dare say.
Yeah.
And him running around on an ostrich. What more do you need?
I don't have a counterpoint to that.
There you go.
I
Don't sleep
can't
on
really
Prince of Persia.
say. And Christy, yep, Christy's. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. And I mean, I think that there are some sleepers too. Nothing that really like blew me away.
Mhm.
Like the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a few years ago, that was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
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 There's a lot that like I don't really go out of my way to check out anymore. It just seems like every time they do like a video game movie or video game
Seems like a
adaptation,
cash grab.
it's very much like a cash grab. And,
Yeah.
and they're all kind of hollow. Like they're all very
Yeah.
soulless. Like there's really
Mhm.
nothing there.
Like that fucking goddamn I didn't see it, but the Assassin's Creed stuff. Like everybody says that was
That's
a goddamn
yeah.
cash grab.
Yeah, like and that was like a flash in the pan. Like it came and
Mhm.
went from what I understand. And so like there's a lot of that out there where I say it, I'm just like, okay, cool, but like is this what the thing that those fans really want?
Right. Right. Right.
Is this the thing that they've been clamoring for? And I was a little worried about that with Fallout because, again, like it's Amazon Prime,
Mhm.
it's streaming, um, and it has the potential to try to be something more than what it is. Um, So I kind of avoided like hearing any talk about it, reading a lot
Mhm.
about it. They released a trailer, and I was like, okay, like this,
It seems
kind of
promising.
it seems promising.
Mhm.
And then they released a little bit more. Like they released a couple clips, and I was like, okay, like I'm willing to give this a shot.
Right.
Um, and I gotta say, they did a damn fine job.
They have. Now for everyone's I haven't finished the series yet. I've got 2 episodes left, so there will be no end
Yeah,
spoilers for anybody
we're
here.
gonna do some light spoilers, but not drive deep into the lore
Right.
of the show.
Right. But man, like it is a tall order
Mhm.
to fit the lore of Fallout, the feel, the aesthetic of
Yeah.
Fallout into 8 episodes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like I said, there's 2 more to go, but like of the 6 episodes I've seen,
Mhm.
you get almost everything.
You really do.
Like you get some Fallout 3, you get some New Vegas, you get Fallout 4 put in
Mhm.
there. There's
Yeah.
Easter eggs all over the
Oh my god.
place.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about those too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think, barring the ending, which I haven't seen yet,
Yes.
uh, you know, they've done a hell of a job.
Yes, absolutely. I and I'm sure Christy could attest to just my giddiness watching this show. Because for me, like it wasn't just watching an adaptation of something that like I have a deep love and appreciation for. Like
Mhm.
it is like for like honestly, I think that this is one of the best adaptations. Like period. Because
Yeah.
and like this is the thing I was worried about, like them not doing the source material justice.
Right.
they almost did too much justice. Like, there are so many small nuances
Mhm.
to the way people talk, to the way
Yep.
people interact, to the way people sleep. They literally when you watch a character in the show sleeping, like, they are literally laying in the positions that the NPCs lay in when they sleep.
Yes, and then they get up kind of
And they get
robotically,
up
like
kinda robotically.
yes.
They the little hints of music that play throughout,
Oh, so
like,
good. Again,
just those,
the
like, little
soundtrack slaps.
soundtrack fucking rules, and it's
Mhm.
like they're using the same music from the
Mhm.
game in the
Yep.
show. They're using the scores from the game in the show, the sound effects, like, all the shit with the Pit Boy. Like,
Yep.
it is game accurate. The way they're integrating things like the hacking terminals and,
Mhm.
like, all these little nuances with the Pit Boy itself, like, they could have very easily wrote all of that stuff out.
Totally.
But above all else, the thing they really knocked out of the park was building the universe within this show.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's so convincing.
it's so convincing, and I think it's great that they went into the direction that they did of, like, not trying to adapt a story that already happened.
Yeah, no, it's a news story.
This is a completely like, this is essentially what they would have done if they created a new game, which
Right.
I think a lot of people have said, like, this basic like, the Fallout show is basically Fallout 5.
Yeah,
That's
I would absolutely.
and they pull so many small references in from, like, all the different games, which I won't go into detail on because I don't wanna give anything away on that.
Mhm.
Um, but how everything is still very much connected, so it's not like and it's not the type of thing where it's sort of like a Marvel situation where it's like, "Well, we gotta make sure that this connects with this and this connects with this." Like, they can be a little bit more loosey-goosey about it
Mhm.
and kind of keep everything contained within their story
Right.
while just pulling in elements from the other stuff. And it's not gonna disrupt anything. It's not gonna disrupt the narrative. It's not gonna change anything, although I think a couple people were upset about something that happens in the show potentially changing a narrative in the game, but
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's that big of a thing. Um, but yeah, like, just the small attentions to detail,
Mhm.
like the sound effects, the music, the score, the body movements, the body language. You can kinda tell throughout the show, like, when people are passing, like, a perception check
Right.
or, like, a charisma check
Yes.
or hitting, their luck skill. You can
Yes.
see a lot of that developing over the show, and you can kinda see, in a way, like, when characters are leveling up and when other
Okay.
characters are just failing.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Because they kinda get to a point of like, yeah, like they're gonna get to that next level, and then they just stop and they go
Mm.
right back down to the beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, "Oh, you dork." Um, but yeah, I thought the story was great. I really enjoyed the backstory to it all too, like the flashbacks and stuff.
The the thing that and so I don't again, 2 episodes still to go. The thing
Yeah.
that I enjoyed the most is putting context to what the fuck happened
Yes.
for the fallout to happen,
Yeah.
and kind of the whole conspiracy theory
Yeah.
behind the whole thing. That's to me is what's
Mhm.
been missing
Yeah.
from the games
Yeah.
is how did this happen?
Yeah, and I mean, the game goes into the detail of, like, there was a great war. I mean, like,
Right.
it all kind of starts
War
off
never
like
changes. We get that.
war
Yeah.
number 2, we get that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But, like, it kinda starts off in this world of, like, what if we actually harness nuclear power
Mhm.
for our everyday lives?
Right.
That's why there is such a focus on, like, nuclear energy, and we have robots and, like, all these weird, crazy looking cars, and it very much feels like we never made it out of the '50s.
Yes.
And it's like 2095 or something like that, you know what I mean?
Which by the way, something that a fallout from the Fallout show
Mhm.
that has happened that has irritated the holy hell out of my wife,
Oh, no.
um, is that 50s aesthetic,
Yeah.
that mid-century modern
Mhm.
aesthetic is now being called by, the younger generation
Oh, no.
Fallout core. where they don't actually know what mid-century modern means.
Oh,
And
no.
that is my wife's favorite aesthetic. So
Yeah,
now they're like, "Oh, it's Fallout core," and she's just like, "Fuck you. It
mm.
is goddamn mid-century modern." So, like, there are ramifications to these type of
See,
things, folks.
okay, as frustrating as that is, I do understand it to an extent because
Mhm.
sometimes, like, I will have that issue of, like, oh, like, there's this style that I like, but I can't quite like, I don't know how to explain it. Like
It
like,
is
when Chris and
absolutely
I were talking
infuriating.
about wanting to kinda, like, furnish our bedroom,
Mhm.
we're like, "Well, what do we wanna go with?" And like, "Well, like, what if we did sort of like this mid-century
Mhm.
sort of like almost like BioShock-esque," you
Right,
know?
right,
So,
right.
like, it very much came, like, to the focus of, like, "Let's BioShock this room," you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I gotta get there to an extent, but no, I would also say, like, as somebody who specializes in that area, like,
Mhm.
I understand how that can be frustrating for sure.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I feel like, the callbacks to, like, the before time, before all the
Mhm.
bombs fell, and then, like, you kinda get into a little bit, like, they reference the Great War, they reference the battle in Alaska and the battle for Anchorage, because, again, like, the whole Fallout universe is, like, they harness nuclear energy, but now there are these wars going on, and, like, bombs at one point did fall,
Mhm.
but, like, there was also like, that wasn't the end of it, sort
Right.
of. And you always kinda hear in the games, like, oh, it was, like, Chinese nuclear attacks
Right.
that kinda, like, really kicked everything off. Um, and they kinda get into that a little bit throughout the show. I really like how they kinda build into sort of, like, that conspiracy and, like, dive a little bit more into, like, the backstory of Vault Tech because, like, the one thing about Fallout is, like, there is no real black and white.
Right.
Everything is a shade of gray. Like,
Totally.
the most prosperous, organization with so much public, appeal is actually probably really, really shitty. And
Yeah.
then whatever faction you choose to go with within the game, chances are there's a negative to it, you know? There's
That
so
is
much
one
good and bad.
thing that makes choosing in Fallout when you're
Yeah,
playing the game so hard,
yeah.
because you don't 100% agree with anybody.
Right, and I think that they tied that into the show because you have your sort of lawful good
Right.
character, Lucy. You
Mhm.
have sort of your middle of the road character with Maximus, and then you have your evil with the ghoul.
Right.
Like, that is the dynamic of the main characters in the show. Like, they're all intended to reflect those sort of character types that you can choose in the game. So,
Mhm.
when they do some bad shit, guess what? They're gonna get some karma.
That's right.
When they do something good and nice for everybody, they're gonna get a little bit better karma. Maybe they can get
Right.
some good luck. And I think you see that throughout the show as well.
Mhm.
Um, and then yeah, like I think where and we won't go into the ending, but I think where you are right now, because you said you made it through 6 episodes.
6 episodes, yep.
So you still have a lot of story,
Oh, I know,
which
I
I think
know.
is great.
It's
And
wonderful 'cause it's one of those things, and here's my plea for everybody,
mhm,
everyone who's making content right now.
yeah.
Can we stop with the binging shit?
Yes.
Can we stop with the we're dumping all the episodes on launch day?
Mhm.
Because you're fucking it up for everybody,
Right.
okay? When The Mandalorian decided to go back to weekly
Mhm.
and everybody could watch the episode and then talk about it around the digital water cooler or whatever the
Mhm.
fuck, that built the show up more.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, with Fallout, it's like, I can't talk to anybody about it because I don't know where the fuck they are.
Yeah. And well, I think the other thing to that too is originally I want to say that they were going to do it like a weekly release.
Mhm.
Um, it ended up launching a day early, and I think that they were going to do originally do the first 2 episodes,
Mm.
and then I think they were just like, "Fuck it, we're giving them everything."
Right.
I am completely on board with. Well, I'm completely on board with a couple of things. Number one, short seasons. Honestly, if it's at least a 45-minute show, I don't need more than 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah, after 10, it's too many.
I want to be left wanting more.
Absolutely.
Okay? I want to be.
You got.
I want to be begging for it. Okay.
Yeah, like a little. Give me the foreplay.
Yeah, give me the foreplay and then cut me off. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I'll come back. I promise.
Oh, you'll come back.
Oh, I'll come back.
You ain't finished yet. You'll come back.
But yeah, like the dropping everything at once, it's tough, even for me, because number one, we did not watch it for like the first week and a half. So, which was weird for me, especially because I was just like, I haven't watched it yet. But luckily, like
did it make you anxious?
I mean, I had a lot of other stuff going on that I didn't really have to think about it. There are a few other things that kind of came up, and I was just like, my mind is going to be elsewhere for a little bit. So yeah, but then like when we did finally watch it, I was hooked. So the fact that all the episodes were available, I was jazzed about. But if you gave me like one at a time or two at a time,
with toys,
with two at a time with toys, I probably would have been able to maintain my composure with that.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
Okay, I'm enjoying the digital water cooler discussions.
Right. Right.
But yeah, no, I fully agree. Like it would be nice to stop the entire season dumps on whatever service, and just kind of roll it out over a couple of weeks.
Because I think when it first came out, when what was it? Probably Netflix, right? Were the first ones to do the dump, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was so jazzed that they could do the binge.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, the thing is like, people adapt, right? People adapt to whatever's happening to them in their lives. So when that was a new thing and everybody started doing that, everybody started to adapt to the binge style. And then when the binge style went away for the few, next hits, people were like, oh wait, yeah, no, this is better because I don't have to waste a full Saturday. I don't have to waste a weekend. Like my time is valuable. So I can put an hour aside, to watch this every week, but I can't put, in the case of Fallout, I don't have an 8-hour day to spend in front of the TV. I got shit to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think that was a misstep, but the content is so good that it's forgiven.
And I mean, saying what we have said about the episode dump, the results they got so quickly, and maybe this was part of the plan. Maybe they felt really good about it, and they're like, "Let's catch lightning in a bottle now." Overwhelmingly positive reviews.
Right. Yeah.
So much so that they're already doing a season 2.
Well, of course they are.
Like I think the following day they were like, "Yeah, season 2's coming."
I mean, it's Amazon. They have all the money in the world,
and they're gonna get more. So like that was huge for them. The show was so good that 5 million people went online to reinstall and play Fallout games.
Wow.
1 million of those people specifically were playing Fallout 76, which you can find me playing at some point here soon on Juggernaut Gaming. 5 million people.
That's why
that was the influence that this had. And listen, I'll admit it. I'm all about the Fallout core now.
It's
like just
let's
make this my life.
So this brings up an interesting point because this wasn't intentional. It just happened to coincide with the release of the series.
Yeah.
But we got ourselves a new family member here in the household. We are now the proud owners of a robot vacuum. And
I was about to be like, did you get another dog?
Of close.
And I was like, no way. Like, if they got on a dog, it's because they found one on the doorstep and the kids wouldn't get rid of it.
So we have a new robot vacuum. It's our first one we've ever had. And when I look around my house, and we try to make our house the house of the future.
Yeah.
Like you've been over.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah. Now there's a fucking robot that cleans up after us. Like, and I'm looking around, I'm like, where are the bombs? Because we're getting to the point now to where the robots are doing everything for us.
Yep.
Like, I've got like, the wife was just like, what are we doing? Like, we have a dishwasher.
Yeah.
We got a thing that makes ice for us, thing that washes our clothes. There's a goddamn thing that mops our floor for us.
You got AI, vacuum robots, dishwashers, and toaster ovens, and
like, there has never been a better time to be alive.
The future is now.
The future is here, folks.
The future is now.
Like, besides the flying car, we've gotten everything that was promised to us. Well, the flying car, the fucking dehydrating pizza, or the hydrating pizza.
Yeah,
I still need that.
I think they have machines that will dehydrate your food.
No, but rehydrate.
Well, I mean, it's called.
I want the fruit thing that comes down from the ceiling.
It's like steam, and then it rehydrates stuff.
But we're almost there. Like, we're real close.
Yeah, totally close. And
I think we're getting jetpacks in our lifetime.
I mean, I'm sure one exists if you talk to the right Floridian.
Well, I mean, they call it a jetpack. Like, you have to have a hose attached to it. Like, it's not a jetpack. Like, I want a real goddamn jetpack. But we're getting real close. Maybe they'll do the beam me up, Scotty. I don't know. Like,
teleportation.
Yeah. Would you be willing to try that?
Fuck no. I gotta land in some other place with my asshole inside out. No, thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like to say where I'm at.
The bottom line is, though, and you make an excellent point, is that there'll always be human error with any of this shit, right? And I'm a human, and you're a human, and I know I don't know what I'm doing, and I know you don't know what you're doing. So, like,
how dare you?
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
And then the older I get, I realize, nobody knows what they're doing. Like,
brother, I can tell
nobody has a clue. Like, we're just on this fucking spinning ball of rock going around the fucking solar system.
Yeah.
Just trying our best.
This is, you get wiser with age. And I think one of the most important lessons I've learned, like in the very recent years, is like, just don't do so much. just keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Sometimes people just want the product.
That's right.
That's all they want. You don't need to give them more. Just give them what they ask for.
That's it.
So if they ask for 2, give them 2.
If you want 5, give him 5.
If he said he wants 5, you give him 5. It's kind of where I'm at.
But I'm very excited to finish the series. Probably in the next day or so.
Nice.
Maybe we'll revisit it on it next week and
I think we could talk a little bit more in depth, because there are some things that I do want to talk about, but I don't want to get into them, for risk of.
We'll give people, the chance to catch up and
hurry up, okay?
It's been out for almost a month.
It's fucking July already,
right?
Okay, Christmas is around the corner. Time is running out. Give yourself an hour and a half. It's okay.
You can do it.
You can do it. I believe in you.
And you can also get the best goddamn t-shirt on the internet. Go over to our
best t-shirt on the internet.
tpublic.com. Support this show. Support us. We got all sorts of stuff out there. We need a Fallout design.
We do need a Fallout design.
So
I can slap one together real quick.
We'll have that for next week, folks.
Real quick. So after our show last week, my mom texted me. She was like, "Are all the Brainwreck TV t-shirts on TeePublic yours?" I hope so. But yeah, so
bootlegging.
If you're on TeePublic and you search Brainwreck TV, chances are they are all ours.
Yeah, I mean,
TeePublic needs to get better about how you can find stores.
That's true.
Over just products.
It's exactly.
A little finicky.
And then also, please like, share, comment, subscribe. We've got shorts that come out every single day on this channel. Actually, 2 a day.
2 a day.
That 1 in the morning, one in the evening, folks. So you can wake up with us and you can go to bed with us. You know, we're easy peasy.
Little in the morning, little at night.
Exactly. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week. Unless you got anything else you want to plug or anything like that.
Nope, I'm out.
Just like that.
Nope, I'm done.
He's done.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I got to do more. If it's like when I'm done, just be like, nope, I'm done. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I'm not going to sit here and do, all right, guys. For a fucking hour and a half. I'm going.
He's done. I need a nap. I need to go to bed.
I got a thing I got to do, and that thing is leave.
All right. Well, for this week, I've been Jason X.
I'm Kevin Graham.
It has been your show.
Peace.